Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our wonderful Wednesday and our last assembly for October in this last week before we incredibly move our way into November. It's just so hard to even recognize that that's where we are at this point. So we bring this first 9 weeks to an end, and at this time, if you have not already, please type your name into the comments or the chat area of the live stream so that we know that you are out there watching our assembly today. We have a few students who are live with us today, so we're very excited for them to be able to share various things that are going on at Clark and to also celebrate so many of you this month of October. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and invite your president of SGA to the podium so that Jade can give you some information. Jade.
Hi everybody, as you know, I'm Jade and I'm the president of student government. So after our votes came in, we have our winners of the election. We have Juliana Sequeira as our vice president, so I'm here. We have Emma Boyer, but sadly she's not here today. And then as treasurer, we have Sam Vinci. And then as our senior rep is Nick, who is also not here. And then as our junior rep, we have Sadie, and she is here. And we also don't have a sophomore representative. So if you're interested in running for sophomore rep, either contact Ms. Hutchinson or I, and we will let you know the information for that. So can you guys introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Juliana Sequeira. I'm the vice president.
Hi, I'm Sadie Mann, and I strive to make y'all proud today, or this year, I'm sorry. Well, hopefully today too. Yee. Thanks, guys.
All right. So yeah, as I said before, sophomore representatives, please come forward and run, because it looks good for your resume, and also it's a lot of fun to join SGA, so. All right. This is my favorite part of today's presentation. Join our social hour, which is every Friday from 12:30 to 1:30. Last week we got to do a get to know you day, which was a lot of fun. We had a pretty good outcome, so that was nice. And also, if you want to join our social hour and get a little bit more information about that, you can join our Google Classroom, and the code's up there. And this Friday we're going to be doing some Halloween arts and crafts, which will be a lot of fun. We're going to be making pipe cleaner pumpkins and ghost pops. So if you want to come and you want to participate, please join our Google Classroom under I think it's under classwork. There should be a questionnaire whether you're going to be attending in person or virtually. So if you could fill that out today, that would be greatly appreciated because I have to go buy supplies. All right, so September. Do you want to help me, Juliana?
Yes.
Okay, so for the Karen Cranes for this September, we have Ava Gunter, Derek Hill, Skylar Crumpler, I'm sorry if I say any of these names wrong, Katie Hale, Samuel Vinci, Jessica Morales, Marie Giuliano, and Emma Boyer. So Juliana is going to help me pick out a name. This is September. The winner is Skylar Crumpler. Congratulations! You can go visit Dr. Judd in the front office and pick a gift card. All right, so now for October, look at us. We have so many people to appreciate this assembly. We have Harry Papapanos, Chase Dembski, Xander Kenny, Katie Fors, Cecilia Galeas, and Jasper Mann. So do you want to do the CD?
Woo! Oh, sure.
Congratulations, Chase Dembski. Same thing applies to you. Go visit Dr. Judd in the front office. Oh, look at that. Okay. The 6 pillars of character. This month's pillar, well, that's the next slide, I guess. So, as you guys know, every month a different pillar is celebrated. Last month was trustworthiness, which Dr. Judd and Ms. Koguth are going to go over the winner in a little bit. As you guys know, the winner receives a giant check, which is the fake check, but you also get a real check for $50, and you get a fun goodie bag with character counts items and a designated parking space, which is great because it's really hot outside, and I don't like walking in the parking lot, and I don't know if you guys do, but it's hot. So, Dr. Judd and Ms. Koguth?
It's actually Miss Jones.
Oh, Ms. Jones?
Yeah.
Well then, Ms. Jones.
Thank you, and congratulations to all of our new officers and representatives with our Student Government Association. It is the time in the assembly right now where we are going to recognize our Character Count Student of the Month. This would be for September, because remember we were talking about trustworthiness and how that person is definitely someone we would trust, we would have confidence in, very reliable, extremely dependable. And we all want to have that one of 6 characters that we celebrate throughout the year. So with trustworthiness, we are very excited to be able to have our winner as Joseph Arias. Yay! Joseph! So excited for Joseph, and hopefully if he's tuning in, he now knows that he is our Trustworthy Student of the Month, for which we have our large $50 check and our real $50 check that Joseph can either choose to deposit or invest. We also have gifts for Joseph, and we are very pleased to present as well a plaque that he can have and hold forever to show that he was our 2020 Student of the Month, exhibiting all of those characteristics of someone who is trustworthy. Let's hear it again for Joseph. Now I'm going to turn it back to our SGA representatives, and in fact our SGA president, who will bring us into October for respect.
As Ms. Koguth just said, our character counts pillar for this month is respect. So just to get a little bit more information about what respect may mean to others, let's watch this YouTube video.
Respect to me means that you treat others as you want to be treated, and you have respect for yourself and for others.
Respect means honoring somebody, like paying attention, full attention to them.
Respect looks like if somebody is like, if you're playing football, you have to respect your coach and like listen to them, show them that you actually mean something.
One way, you can see, is more so the simple respect, kind of like a guy opening the door for a girl, or just someone sneezes and you say bless you.
You listen to others, you pay attention, you're aware of their feelings and how your actions may affect them.
Show respect to our principal, kidney, all of our teachers, parents, family, because they're the ones that are there for us and helping us get through our lives step by step.
All the teachers, the principal, assistant principal, and parents, my out-of-school coaches, my mom, my dad, my brother, my grandparents, my uncle, almost everybody, because they're important people in my life and they help me, and I wish to respect people that help me.
Giving respect, it's good because they know that we can be trusted.
The best thing about giving and receiving respect is that you might think it's not really making a big difference, but when you give and receive respect, you're impacting others in a positive way.
Okay, so I hope that video showed you a little bit more about respect. And remember, if you want to nominate somebody who you think is respectful, be sure to turn in that nomination to the front office. Thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you, SGA, for those that could be here and those that are online. Please know your SGA is working hard to meet the needs because they do represent the student voice. So make sure that they're hearing from you. If there's things that you would like, things that you need to be more successful and have a great environment here at Clark. Moving into something else, we're going to have some members of the National Honor Society presenting about mental wellness and mental health initiatives. As shared at orientation, the state of Florida does require that all students in high school receive 6 hours minimum of education in very specific areas related to mental health, substance abuse, suicide prevention, and human trafficking. How this is met through the Martin County School District as well as here at Clark is a program called Suite 360, where there are individual modules and they are customized per grade level in each topic, so you can work on them at your own pace. These do need to be completed by every student before the end of the school year. However, we know it's important to get you this information very early because mental wellness is critical for student success. So I will be sending out an email along with the presentation that you're going to see from National Honor Society because there is a ton of info that they have gathered for this initiative that we will be sending out to you by the end of the week, along with how to log into Suite 360 and be able to begin these modules. To reward you for your efforts over the next 6 weeks or so until we get to Thanksgiving break, if you complete all of your modules before the Thanksgiving break, you're getting a prize from us. I can't tell you what it is yet. You'll just have to get it done and wait and see. So with that, I want to go ahead and bring up, we're going to have Sarah Bell, Jasper Mann, and Juliana Sequeira, who are going to talk to you a little bit again and give you an overview of mental health information that's very valuable, as well as some initiatives that are student-driven here at Clark. The things that we are doing are because our students have said they need it, they want it, and we agree. So with that, I turn it over to part of our National Honor Society.
Hello everybody. It's strange because everyone's online, but my name is Sarah. She just introduced us. I'm Sarah, this is Juliana, and this is Jasper. We're representing the Mental Health Committee of NHS. There are more of us, but we're the ones presenting. Before I start, I just want to point out we have a lot of information, so if you feel like there's something you really like and you want to copy down, don't worry about it because as Dr. Judd said, she's going to be sending it out. And for those of you who are in NHS and need an event credit, I did send out a worksheet to all of you. If you fill that out and turn that in to me by November 9th, you will get an event credit fulfilled. So without further ado, Juliana is going to start off our next slide.
Because mental health can be hard to talk about, many people go undiagnosed and do not receive the treatments they need. Sharing your experience with mental health issues can help others to feel validated in their struggles and may even motivate them to get help. Being open to sharing can also help you to let go of some of the shame and guilt you may feel about your own mental health. Some common mental health problems that we will talk about today include depression, generalized anxiety disorder, OCD, anorexia, bulimia, binge eating disorder, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, Ptsd, and personality disorders. We're going to talk about signs and symptoms of the common mental health problems and how they're treated and stuff like that.
So the first general class of, I don't want to say mental disorders because we all struggle with it, but mental health issues, I would say, is anxiety disorders. So the first thing I want to say is everyone deals with anxiety. We've all had a test coming up. We've all had something that stressed us out. But when it becomes a disorder is when it's impairing your normal life. Like you can't do normal things or you're losing interest in things and it's hard to function because you're feeling anxious about things that really, you shouldn't be feeling that anxious about. So the most commonly diagnosed anxiety disorder is generalized anxiety disorder, and actually about 3% of the population struggle with this, and that's actually, it doesn't sound like a lot, but that's actually a lot of people. Another common form of anxiety is OCD. So a lot of people think that that's perfectionism, but as someone who's dealt with OCD, a lot of the time it's more like repetitive thoughts and feeling like something bad's going to happen if you don't do a certain thing, when really it's not true. The good thing is there are a lot of ways to manage anxiety. Medication, if you want to go that way. If you don't feel comfortable with that, there's talk therapy. There's what's called dialectical behavior therapy, DBT. I actually don't know much about that. I encourage you to research. Cognitive behavioral therapy and also exposure therapy. So there are a lot of options if that's something you struggle with. And the next thing we're going to talk about is helping someone through a panic attack. So people who've had panic attacks can tell you when you're in the middle of a panic attack, you're not really there. It's really hard to focus on what you're dealing with at the moment. It's kind of an out-of-body experience. I've had a couple, we've both dealt with them before. So the biggest takeaway from this, there's a lot of information up here, is don't overwhelm the person or yourself. Try to find one or two small things to focus on, whether that's counting up to a number and counting back down, or something that someone added on here, which I actually didn't even know about. Try using your 5 senses, like this chair I'm touching is soft, or the person I'm talking to is quiet, and try to focus on very little thoughts to try to get yourself out of it, just to give yourself something to focus on, besides feeling anxious. And Jasper is going to talk to us about dealing with depression now.
Depression, now we go into the disorder I believe we are all acquainted with this time, depression. That is a sad story indeed. Many people here have been through this disorder. I myself have fallen prey to it. This disorder has many symptoms, including, but not limited to, feelings of sadness, loss of pleasure in normal activities, unexplained physical problems, thoughts of suicide, and feelings of worthlessness. There can be many causes, including biological differences, brain chemistry, hormones, inherited traits. Depression affects over 300 million people worldwide. It also says that severe depression is placed in the same disability category as terminal stage cancer. According to this, and now we will move on to eating disorders. According to this, 28.8 million Americans will suffer from an eating disorder in their life. And 10,200 people die each year from an eating disorder. Common eating disorders include anorexia, bulimia, forgive me if I get some of these wrong, binge eating disorder, AFRI, or avoidant restrictive food intake disorder, and PICA. How to spot eating disorder? Well, some of the behavioral symptoms are skipping meals and going long periods of time without eating, avoiding social gatherings that involve food, and anxiety around food. Physical symptoms include frequently cold, purple nails, hair loss, or insomnia and hypersomnia. And especially spot these pretty quickly because eating disorders are the deadliest mental health disorder. They can create irreversible damage to any system of the body. Even though it can be scary, telling others about your struggles is a vital step to recovering from an eating disorder. And now the last slide I will do. Post-traumatic stress disorder. PTSD can result from a traumatic event, no matter how big or small. There are various symptoms such as intrusive memories, avoidance, negative changes in thinking and mood, and changes in physical and emotional reactions. Don't worry though, symptoms of PTSD aren't consistent. They can vary in intensity over time, with stress, or when you are reminded of a traumatic event. Now Juliana will talk about the next slide.
So, helping hands, how to know when you or a friend needs more help. The person is talking about feeling hopeless or having no reason to live, or struggling with anything, or someone withdrawing from activities or isolating themselves. That might mean they need help. it's okay to not be okay. It's a lot of time, it happens. You just need to make sure that your friend feels less alone and more understood, and you need to always be there for them.
And something that's related to this is called a safety plan. I think this is one of the most important things you can take away from this because they're really useful regardless of what you struggle with. Basically, I'm going to summarize. There's going to be a lot of information on the screen. I'm going to click through it after so you guys can focus on what I'm saying. But basically what it is a paper that you have for yourself. You have several copies of it in places that you perform, like, self-harming behaviors, or a place where you commonly feel like you're not doing well, like in your bedroom, your bathroom, in your car, places you're going to see it a lot. And it's going to include things like what you know your triggers are, so what you know will not make you feel okay, things that you know you can do to feel better, and a list of people that you can contact when you're not feeling well. So people that you can call when you're not your best and you need someone to be there for you. So like I said, here's all the information. And one thing I'd like to add, it's a really good idea to have some people on that list. Give them that plan too, so they know what to look out for. Like tell them, hey, if I'm doing this, it means I'm not okay. I need you to be there for me. And have them know that ahead of time if you have people who you're comfortable telling that with, so that way you have someone there for you before you're in a crisis state. And Juliana's going to tell us about a couple of hotlines to reach.
So obviously I'm not going to read through all of these, but that would take too long. But if you kind of prefer an anonymous person to talk to, if you don't want to involve people close to you, I mean, it happens, it's okay. You can call any of these hotlines. There's different hotlines for different things. There's helpline crisis, there's different hotlines for different languages. There's all this stuff. Obviously you guys can see it. Feel free to pause or take a screenshot of this if you need it.
Alrighty, and then the next we're going to talk about, if you need someone near here, first of all, I'd like to point out Miss Jones is always upstairs. She loves us, she's there for us. I've ranted to her quite a few times. But if you feel like you need something more than that, or if you need someone more regularly, we do have a Tights and Teens counselor on campus. It's free, it's confidential. However, you do need to get parental consent, but the way you would get an appointment with that therapist is you would talk to Miss Jones and tell her, hey, I need to talk to someone, and she can connect you. You do have to have your parents sign, but besides that, unless you're considering hurting yourself or your risky behaviors, it is confidential. And then something I want to point out, the biggest resources that we have is each other. Like, we are all here for each other. Every single person you see, even the person that looks like they have it all together, everybody has something. So be kind to each other. If you see someone who's having a bad day, reach out, because you never know what kind of difference you're going to make. We can really build each other up if we work at it. There's actually an organization that I found that was really neat. It's called Because of You. I found it actually accidentally on Snapchat. But it's called Because of You, and basically it focuses on this whole concept and asking people to really think about their effect on other people. It's a really cool link. I'm not going to click it right now, but I encourage you to look at it. Teachers, parents, educators, they do have worksheets on there, so it's a really nice resource. They have videos too, telling stories about people who have been bullies, who have been on the other side of it, and who have gotten through that. And NHS, we want to hear from you. So we actually developed, basically it's a message board, and it's going to go out every week with the newsletter after I get approved with Dr. Judd. But basically it's just an anonymous message board where you share a time someone helped you with something you were struggling with. It could be something little, like, oh, I was really nervous about a test, and so told me I was going to be okay, and it calmed me down. Or it could be something more personal, like I was having a panic attack, and this person talked me through it. But basically, it's just a way for us to see, like, oh my goodness, what I did for that person helps somebody, kind of to hopefully encourage you guys to keep doing that. Keep in mind, if you want to remain anonymous, feel free to do so, but if you want to say your name, that's all right too. That's all. Thank you guys for coming. We really hope that this helps you. I just want to remind you, it's all live streamed, and if you are an NHS member, you can get event credits. Be sure to pull that out. And thank you for the people who aren't here today.
The video? How? Is recording the video uploaded?
You just click on the link. There's a link in your presentation somewhere for your video.
She told them.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
We were playing that today. It's all right.
Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
We're all good.
My fault, everybody.
It's all right.
My fault.
Thanks. Are we good to step away? Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you.
send this presentation out to everybody to have access to really read through and absorb the information. There is a link for a video on there, and I encourage everybody to play it, watch it together. It just, again, discusses the impact that we have on one another, and that's what the initiative that Sarah referenced with the anonymous board, or where you can give credit, is sometimes you don't know that the little things you do really help people, and actually it's those small things that add up and can save a life. And that's their hope, is that you can see how much support and let somebody know how they've made a difference in your life. And that's what the video talks a little bit about also. So speaking of making a difference, we have 2 students who are pictured here with me from last year's drive, but 2 students who have chosen to, again, spearhead a Thanksgiving food drive through Elevate Hope. I actually had brought in a basket with the samples, but thank you to everybody who's been bringing in items for this. The specific items were listed here, but have disappeared. So that's okay, because they're in the newsletter. And the baskets all have to be returned to Elevate Hope by November 12th, so we're asking for the stuff to come in a week earlier. It's about 10 items in a basket, so basically we have the actual baskets. You don't need to provide those, but help us fill those baskets with the items, put your name on the bag so that we can get you your service credits for participating in that. And if you are like, I don't feel like going to the grocery store, etc., you can have the food delivered straight to the school. Just make sure we know it's coming. Or you can send in money, and we have people who will happily shop. On top of that, our Interact Club is helping these students to be able to raise more funds to be able to purchase the turkeys and any missing items that we may not fill. So Interact will be doing Change for Change in November. They'll be at Carline, and make sure you can maybe help clean out some change. It all adds up to making a difference in our local community. We have a bunch of contests we've been running, and I already had sent out, and a couple of the students have already come and gotten their prizes for that, but our Character Counts Week poster contest, I placed the winning one on our social media, and the other 2 posters will be posted later this week on our social media channels to check those out. They all had great messages of why we do celebrate character. IRSC held a financial literacy contest. So this was open college-wide, and we were notified that Sarah Bell, who you just saw, actually got first place out of the entire college of entries for that essay contest on financial literacy, so very exciting for her. We had a Hispanic Heritage Month contest where students were challenged to learn a little bit more about the impact of Hispanic Americans here in the state of Florida. And Zoe Williams is our winner for that, and she's hearing this for the first time. So Zoe, make sure you come by the office and get your gift card. We also, and I'll show on the slide, we have the Mu Alpha Theta Math Honor Society and Math Club is sponsoring, and this will happen every single month. They are sending out riddle contests, and a new one will be coming out for November, but their winner will be announced, as well as we have, I believe Emily is going to be here to share from the Writing and Performance Club sponsored contest. So with that, congratulations, Christopher Wersinski. You have been selected as the October Math Riddle Contest winner, so you are getting some Chick-fil-A on the Math Club. So stop by and see Mr. Bixler to pick that up. And again, in the Friday e-news, we will release the next riddle contest. And I'm going to step away and let Emily come on up to present the Writing and Performance Club winners.
Okay, I'm Emily Campbell, and I'm our PR rep for the Writing and Performance Club. And in case you weren't aware, we did just have a spooky story contest going on where we had 11 wonderful entries. 4 judges, we couldn't stop reading them. They were so great. But I'm happy to announce that one of our winners is actually sitting in this room right now. So yeah. For our contest winners, our first place goes to Sadie Mann for When the Woods Call. Second place is Sienna Paulus with The Man in the Pictures, and third place is Samuel Gaskell with The After Hours. Our contest winners all got a journal, like a gift card, so Sadie gets a $50 Amazon gift card. Sienna got a $25 and Sienna got a $10 Amazon gift card. It's, yeah, there should be numbers on the back.
Oh.
Yeah. There we go. And our 4th and 5th place for our fan favorites is Hope Alfred's The Worship Devil's Woods and Sarah Michael's, oh, I spelled her name wrong, sorry, The Unknown Woods. So thank you all so much for submitting your writings. We all had so much fun reading them. And stay tuned because we're doing another event in the winter. Please join Writing Performance Club every other Tuesday, 2:30 to 3:30, Mr. E's room. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head. 132 and 133. Please join. We love all you guys. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Before I turn it over to a grown-up, how much do I love you children that are out there and parents that are watching? They do this all. They drive the bus here at Clark. Not literally, not literally. And I just appreciate students who came in to speak online, the students who have been so active in speaking up and assertively saying that we need this here at Clark, and then following through. And I cannot express my appreciation enough because they're so much better than us as grown-ups, and we are very grateful to the time, effort, and energy that they give to us. With that, I'm going to turn it over to an adult who's a pretty rock star also to talk about Career Development Month. So Dr. Bottoms.
Good afternoon. I just want to give you a couple of quick updates about Career Development Month, which is November. We celebrate National Career Development Month here at Clark with several different kinds of activities. Our theme for this year is My Future Career, Imagine the Possibilities. And this will be for the whole month of November. We'll be doing different things. This is our logo for Career Development Month that one of our students developed for us a couple of years ago. So here's a schedule of things we have so far. First, the United States Air Force F-22, I believe it's the Raptor demo team they're called, will be meeting with us via Google Meet, so it'll be a virtual presentation next Thursday afternoon at 1 o'clock. For students who are here on campus at 1 o'clock on Thursday, we will be streaming that into rooms 132, 133, I believe it is. But you're also able to join us online if you would like to from anywhere, and so I'll be sending that link out next week. Also, the week of November 16th, we have some different business partners who will be joining different classes related to their career fields, also probably by Google, via Google Meet or Zoom. So look out for those speakers in your classes. Typically in November, just to let you know about a couple things that those of you who've been here before may know about, IRSC usually does a career exploration day. And they are postponing that until the spring. So you'll be hearing more about that, hopefully, if they're able to make it happen in the spring. And also, we usually give the Asvab Assessment, which is a skills assessment. We will be doing that, but we're going to be doing it in January instead of in November. So contact me, let me know if you need any help with your career planning, and I look forward to seeing you at some of our events. Thank you.
Okay, and the last part I want to touch on, because we just started Q2, and students who are on campus, you have heard on announcements every morning, you've seen in the newsletter that we had a fresh start here for high school classes with Q2. So maybe if Q1 didn't look so great on those interims that are available through your Focus portal, the instructions are on our Clark website, how to access, or feel free to shoot a message off to Mr. McCrory. He will happily help you to make sure you can access those grades. But interim reports are available in Focus, and you may see that in some of these college classes or some of the high school classes, there's some work to be done, some improvement to be made before classes end in December. So the first thing to do is to make sure you're prepared coming to class and communicating with your instructors. It starts with you, students. These are your grades. I say this too often. Everyone who's a teacher, counselor, career coordinator, all of us, we did high school, and we can't do it again. It's up to you, as the student, to say, I need some help. Okay? And we have lots of ways we can help you. but we need you to work with your teachers, with Ms. Jones, with administration, to find the success that we know you're all capable of. You came here because you want to work on academic success. So please, speak up, speak out, and get the help that you need to move forward. We have, like I said, support available. One thing I want to put out there in speaking to some students, if you need time on campus, because we know this blended schedule can be tough for some of you. If you need time on campus, we have some areas where you can work with one of our adults and they will help keep you on task, and you can basically treat it like a study hall. We have lots of, almost every block, I think we have a place where you can go, and maybe you just need that time because you're like, you know, it's hard for me to manage my time once I leave these doors. And if you're a remote learning from home student, you're welcome to come in at any time. Our campus is open to you. So if that's what you need, speak up. We will find you that space and place and adult who can help kind of mentor you and keep you on task. I just have to say our exam schedule for December is posted online under the calendars. This refers to high school exams. The dual enrollment exams you're going to know about through your teacher's syllabus. College classes, dual enrollment classes, are going to end that first week of December. The very last day of classes is Tuesday, December 8th. So if you have a Wednesday or Thursday class, it's going to end that week before, which means you're going to be taking final exams almost right after we get back from Thanksgiving. It's coming very quickly. Make sure you check that calendar, make sure you know when those final exams are, and again, if you have questions, if you can't find it, speak up and ask us. We are all here to help you to be more successful students or to become even more successful, because I want you to know most of you are doing an amazing job, working hard, and your interim grade showed it. So, with that, I am going to go forward one more slide. Say it was great to have you guys logged in here. Make sure you let your friends know, the other families know, if they weren't able to log in at 2:30 with us, to please go ahead and watch it. I will send the link to be able to watch it in Friday's e-news. Again, continue to check that weekly newsletter. We send out a lot of updates through there. We try not to blast your email with too much stuff. So please, that's the kind of comprehensive place to be able to know what you need to know to continue to be successful here at Clark. So with that, if you have not already told us you're here, we want to know that you were here watching with us. So type your name into that chat and have a wonderful Wednesday, everyone.